Ambient. Ambient music is not about hooks, not about choruses, or even songs in the traditional sense. It's music designed to exist rather than demand attention. Music that creates space, emotional, mental, and sometimes physical, visceral space. Today, we explore the world of ambient music, its defining characteristics, its electronic roots, its guitar-driven evolutions, and some of the artists who shaped its vast, immersive sound. Ambient music is often described as atmospheric, but that word alone doesn't fully capture its purpose. The term was popularized in the late 1970s by Brian Eno, who described ambient music as able to accommodate many levels of listening attention without enforcing one in particular. Unlike traditional music, ambient compositions often avoid strong rhythms or beats, favor texture over melody, and use repetition and gradual change to emphasize mood, space, and tone. Ambient music doesn't tell you how to feel. It gives you room to feel the room, the space you occupy. It gives you space to feel what's in your head. Ambient music's earliest foundations are deeply tied to electronic experimentation. Brian Eno is often called the father of ambient music, and albums like Ambient 1, Music for Airports, redefined music as an environmental presence rather than a performance. Using synthesizers, tape loops, and studio manipulation, Eno created music meant to blend into space, airports, galleries, bedrooms, without overwhelming them. As technology evolved, so did ambient soundscapes. Tangerine Dream, for example, used long-form synthesizer journeys, deeply rooted in the Berlin electronica scene. Klaus Schulze is one that experimented with expansive cosmic compositions built on sequencers and drones. Some works by the Aphex Twins are emotional, textured, ambient-infused soundscapes. And Biosphere, for example, with their cold, minimal soundscapes inspired by Arctic isolation, are some of the artists to name here. Electronic ambient music often uses synth pads and drones, field recordings, and minimal harmonic movement, very long durations with very subtle variation. The result is music that feels timeless. But ambient music is not limited to synthesizers. The electric guitar, when stripped away from the traditional rock structures, becomes one of ambient music's most expressive tools. Reverb, delay, looping, and modulation pedals transform the guitar into a generator of textures rather than riffs. Notes stretch, chords dissolve, and silence becomes as important as sound. Some guitar-based ambient acts include explosions in the sky that bridge the gap between post-rock and ambient, a hammock that create a cinematic ambience built on guitar reverbs and swells. Guitar-based ambient music often feels human and organic, warm and melancholic, deeply emotional without a single lyric. It bridges the gap between ambient and modern classical music with post-rock influences. A key characteristic for ambient music is the drone. Sustained tones that evolve almost imperceptibly over time. In ambient music, change is slow. and listening becomes an act of patience. The music doesn't demand your attention. Rather, it gives you space to move your attention wherever you feel it is needed. Ambient music thrives because it adapts to modern life. It accompanies work and focus, sleep and meditation, emotional reflection, loneliness and calm. In a loud, overstimulated world, ambient music offers restraint. It doesn't compete, it coexists. Whether it's built from analog synthesizers or effect-drenched electric guitars, ambient music continues to evolve, absorbing new technologies and influences while staying true to its core purpose, to create space. Ambient music is not about escaping reality. It's about slowing down enough to notice it. And sometimes the quietest sounds leave the deepest echoes. If you want a full in-depth tutorial on how to write ambient music, perform ambient music on the guitar, leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you next week for B like Bluegrass. Bye.